my gosh. Hi, guys. It's Wednesday! I forgot what day it was, like, all day. I didn't know what day was, like, all day. Oops. Oops. IDK what they did, but I know damn well they're guilty. I don't know about that. I thought he was innocent this time.
I don't know. It is case 3. There's a precedent for this.
Okay, you're right. Case 3 kind of got stuff going on with it every time. You're so right. But hello, I am Ascella Vivace, magical idol here to make you smile. It is Wednesday. I have a tiny exception on my shoulder. Welcome.
Hello, it's me,
Welcome
the exception on the shoulder.
Shoulder exception. It's like a
I'm
parrot.
being welcomed.
Look, I figured out how to rotate you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like angled.
You're angled. You're sitting like right on my shoulder. Isn't that perfect?
Yeah.
I might have forgotten to lock you in place though.
That's
so. We'll see what happens.
Mobile.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yes, hello everyone. We are here. It is Ace Attorney time. For those of you who don't know, we are on case 3 of game 2, which means spoilers.
Very much so.
Yeah, we're probably getting deep into those spoilers. You're like halfway through the game. You're getting deep into the spoiler territory. Yeah. Maybe I should put a pin. Hold on. We are on case 3 of game 2. Spoiler warning. Please feel free to go if you don't want spoilers. Thank you. Boop. And then we will pin that business. Pin it, pin it, pin it, pin it, pin it. Here we go. Make it small. Okay. Spoiler warning. Okay. I can close blue sky. Cool. Alright. So. We're here. We are Ace Attorneying. Have you ever been in a courtroom? Exception? I mean, I guess you're a computer virus, so that'd be kind of hard. But have you ever been on like somebody's computer in a courtroom? Or mayhaps
have I eavesdropped on a court case?
Mayhaps a phone. I've been in a courtroom before, but I've never been like picked for a jury. I almost got picked for a jury once. They were at the point where they were about to start like questioning us about like, oh, how do you feel about this and that, right? Like how they do when they pick the jury. But then they were like, oh, they settled outside of court. They did like a plea deal, so you guys get to go home. And by the way, here's all the horrific details of the case that you just narrowly avoided having to be on the jury for. We were like,
thank goodness.
Yeah, it was definitely a thank goodness situation. It was a very delicate case, I guess. So I was like, I'll take this. I think the other times I got jury duty was for like, how do I, like, traffic violation-y kind of stuff, you know, like nothing big that the judge ever told us about. But that time it was like we were sitting there all day waiting. So the door about to walk in, and then the attorney came out and was like, all right, y'all can leave. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Yeah, I literally, this was my very first time getting jury duty, and we just sat and we sat and we sat and we sat like all day. And this was really before like smartphones were big. I'm 4,000 years old after all. This is before like smartphones were quite as big. So I didn't have like a phone where I could do stuff on it at the courthouse while I was bored. And I did not think to bring anything with me to do because I didn't know how it worked. It wasn't like the same back then where they do it all online. You had to like call in and like all this other stuff. So yeah, it's very, yeah. I keep trying to figure out why I'm slightly cross-eyed. I'm slightly cross-eyed and I don't know why.
Probably
deal
because we're
with it.
dealing with law.
Yeah, law is crossing my eyes. But yeah, so that's my story. But we're in like fake court now with Ace Attorney. As you will recall, last time we had this guy, this mad scientist guy who happened to be like school friends with Van Zeeks of all freaking things. And he killed a guy because he thought he could teleport him, and obviously that was impossible, and he could not, so he died. Allegedly. I don't even believe this guy's dead at this point, but anyway, so he unalived a guy and on accident, allegedly, right? And then he's in jail. And then we went to see Van Zeeks at his little prosecutor office, which was the dumbest thing we could possibly have done. Absolutely idiotic. But we did it. We did it. And
You fell in love with a painting.
I thought the painting was quite handsome. I thought the painting was quite handsome. Nobody seems to like the clip, but I feel like it was handsome, so I don't care. And then we met some mysterious guy in a cloak who doesn't want to talk to us and wears a mask and looks like what's his name from Gundam. So yeah. So we love a good hidden identity. We love it. We love to see it.
We love a good Gundam character.
We love a good Gundam character in our Ace Attorney, which doesn't happen, you know, funny it's happened twice or whatever. But like, I think we had a nice little revelation at the end of that scene that may pay off. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's Ace Attorney time. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I should like, wait, I'm so cross-eyed. Okay. Okay. Actually, let me fix the cross-eyed. Oops, it got mad at me. Hold on. Hold on. Nope. I'm still cross-eyed. I don't know why I'm cross-eyed. I'll figure it out later. Okay, cool. Just trying to fix it. Anyway, we will load our game now. The Return of the Great Departed Soul. Doesn't that tell us that this guy is not dead? Because I feel like that's what it tells us, that Mr.
I think
got
it's about the
exploded.
teleportation. Like,
Yeah, I think Mr. I Got Exploded didn't depart. He's returning.
he was supposed to depart.
He was supposed
Go
to
like
depart
a
and
few
then
yards over there.
yeah, repart.
Yeah.
He departed, but he did not repart. But maybe he will come back, and that's what the title means. And he's not really dead, and this trial was for nothing. Just like
We're also returning
Shamspeare.
because we were fired, and this case is us being unfired.
that's true, but I don't think we were great and departed. Maybe we were just great.
We're a
We weren't
great
really
Ace
departed.
Attorney. That's like our whole
We
thing.
are a great Ace Attorney. You're so right. My bad. Hello! Hello, Tiz, what's up? How are you? We are playing spoiler games, so if you don't want spoilers, you can feel free to lurk or mute or do whatever you gotta do, but we're on case 3 of game 2. So I'm warning everyone. I'm warning everyone. I move now. You haven't seen me move, have you? I move now. Yeah.
I also moved by proxy.
Yeah, there's an exception on my shoulder. Wah, 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 wah. Fua, fua. I'm fua, fua. Yeah. Okay. No, it's spoilers if I know what's going on, but I also never know what's going on. That's fair. That's absolutely 100% fair. Well, guess what? We're gonna go investigate. Now, we did leave off in the middle of an investigation, and you're probably wondering why if you didn't make it to the end of last stream. It's because I needed to go to bed. So, we knew we were gonna run in with Sholmes as we do when we investigate. So, because we hadn't really yet. So we knew we were gonna run into Sholmes, that it was gonna become a whole ordeal. So we just paused, but we're gonna try to make some good progress tonight, and maybe get through a bit of the trial. Anyway, so where we're heading now is the experimentation stage. This is where the great teleportation experiment took place. And as it says...
the great exhibition.
On the great exhibition. And it is, as it says, the scene of the crime. Hi, Iris. Iris in her little aviator cap.
Yeah.
All right, where's Sholmes? Is he just going to be here? Oh. The great... exhibition grounds, foot of the crystal tower. Oh no, feet. Oh god, are there people parts over there? Oh no. Oh no. Ugh. The showgrounds are a little too big for my liking. We've been walking around in dense crowds for 2 hours now, and I felt myself swooning 3 times. Oh, wow, we really don't do crowds, do we? Are we an introvert, Ryunosuke? I would never have thought.
We live in an attic.
We do live in an attic. You're right. We're just not used to the people. But maybe not an introvert. Just addict.
We're becoming Soseki slowly.
There are a lot of people, aren't there? I've almost been trodden on 3 times, too. Be careful, won't you, Iris? Don't let go of my hand. Oh my god, because she's a child. Okay. We finally made it through the throngs, though, by the look of it. Here we are, underneath the public experimentation stage where the explosion happened yesterday. Oh, yep, hole in the clock.
Ooh.
Hole in the
tower.
tower.
No exclamations.
An exclamation mark? Who could it be?
Is that where he departed?
Well, he yeeted right through it, probably. Because the experimentation stage is over here, right? Like, it can't be right there, because that's just a scaffolding.
Yeah.
And there's a hole in the crystal tower. It's so awkward. How could that happen? Gosh.
If they made it out of a stronger material.
Somebody's mad. What's that?
That's the Union Jack.
It is the Union Jack. And some hot air balloons. I can hear voices from up on the stage. It sounds like an argument. That's what the dots were? An argument? Okay, sure. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Are you kidding me?
Right, I've had it up with you this time. Right, I've had it with you this time. I'm warning you, I'll arrest you in a minute.
No. Oh, yeah? Go on then, Spectre. Give it a shot. You ain't got no evidence, and you know it. Wait, I know those voices.
You've got a cheeky little mouth on your lung, lady, but a night in the cells will teach you some manners. Sorry, I accidentally chewed on a fry wrong.
Stop talking with a fry in your mouth.
We're in Britain.
Just try it. I dare ya. If you want that bag of chips ripped down your throat. She's cute. Yoo-hoo! Grexy! What are you doing up there? Iris is perfect in every way. Well. Well. He choked on a chip again.
It's you here. You're here. Here you are. You here. Your ladyship.
Wow, this man is strange.
How are you, your ladyship? I do hope you're well, your ladyship.
Does that make her 3 times a lady? Wow, what a reference.
Yeah.
I'm not well at all. It's far too busy everywhere. I wanted to ride in a balloon, but there was a 3-hour queue.
Unbelievable. I'll go have a word with you. I'll go and have a word for you at once, your ladyship. I'm floundering today.
It's okay.
You'll be flying as high as a kite in no time once I pull some strings for you.
It's okay. Just take a deep breath, right? You slow down. It's okay. We'll take it easy. I'll probably mess up real bad. Give me a line. Give me a good line. I'll mess up. Tobias Gregson, an inspector at Scotland Yard. Until recently, he was suspended from duty, but it would appear he's back in action now, kind of like us. Okay. Sure. He's actually quite well known, appearing as he does in the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. And for that reason, he can't say a word wrong to the story's author, Iris. But there are limits, surely. Or there should be.
Watch it, sunshine.
What? I didn't think out loud again, did I? Sorry. I guess I did.
What gives then? Don't tell me you're on this case.
Yes, I'm acting for the defense, as usual. Not me forgetting what day of the week is. Hi, Lark. Hello. Howdy.
Hey.
Howdy, hello. What's up? So we're here to investigate.
Dear me. That's the situation, is it?
Oh, God. Is it really that troubling? Uh-oh, is that me? Okay.
Yep, it's her.
A measly 5 bob. Is that all you got? There she is. You're a lawyer, ain't ya? You can stand to carry a bit more copper around in your pockets, Mr. Nara Odo. What? Hey, that's my last bit of spending money, that is. You can have it back, but I'll have to charge you for all the bother. 3 bob. Hey, Xander, what's up?
Hey.
Hello, welcome, Raiders. I will warn you right now, spoilers. If you are listening right now, please check the pinned comment. We are in case 3 of game 2 of the Great Ace Attorney, and there are spoilers occurring at every given moment. But hello,
There's spoilers
Raiders.
occurring right now.
Yeah, about the money in our pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, she's on the screen. That's a spoiler. Oops.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. I am Ascella Vivace, magical idol. And I am playing Ace Attorney with my good buddy Exception.
That's me.
Exception.
On the shoulder.
Shoulder Exception. Yeah. Do 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 do. I should give a shout out. Sorry. Dope. I'm so delighted. I am delighted. I'll give the double shout out so I can see what y'all are playing. Y'all are playing Suikoden, right? Yeah, Suikoden! Yay! Good for you. Much excitement around that. Yes, indeed. Wow, I just want to point out that Discord is showing that I'm playing this game, but it's showing the title in Japanese.
What?
Go look on Discord at what I'm playing. Is it showing it in Japanese? For you? Because it is
Hold
for
on.
me.
I'm struggling to find a situation where it is telling me.
Oh, it should do it under my name in the DMs, like in the sidebar.
Currently, it's not telling me you're playing anything.
Oh, because it's reading it from the Windows utility and that's written in the original situation. Ah. Naruhodo, naruhodo. Original language. Okay. You don't see it? Okay, well, I see it, and it just is in all kind of Japanese. So, not that I mind. I think that's fine. I encourage this game to be in whatever language it wants to be in. Anyway, but hi, we're playing the Great Ace Attorney, and that is a spoiler on the screen, so I'm sorry. Oh god, more spoilers. Oh god. Oh god.
At this point, we may as well just start putting like warning spoilers in the title of the stream.
It is a little, it was. Maybe it's not this week. I'll put spoilers in the stream title. Hold on. You warned them before the raid. Thank you. Spoiler alert. Oh god, I typoed spoiler and alert. Oh god, twice. Spoiler alert. There we go. Okay. There, stream title updated to spoiler alert with exception. But hi everyone. This is Gina Lestrade, a pickpocket or diver born and bred in the East End of London. In the case that led to my own suspension 6 months ago, this is the young girl I was defending in court. What's your problem, Aodo? Oh, you know, oh god, we thought out loud again. God, we did it again. Diver?
So bad at this.
Pickpocket? What's with all the name calling? You want a bag of chips rammed down your throat and all, do ya? She's gonna have to steal it from Gregson.
Yes, more.
I thought you were proud to be a diver, Gina. You were just arguing with Inspector Gregson about it, weren't you? I assumed you'd been up to your usual tricks here at the showground. That ain't no way to talk to a lady, Odo. Half a year's a long time. People can change. You just stole money out of my pocket, girl. I'm an apprentice now, learning to be a Scotland Yard detective. Is she really? That's delightful. So you'll have to call me what everyone else does. It's Inspector Lestrade now. Ah!
We
got it. We got it. Yay, Inspector
She's
Lestrade.
Here. Lestrade real.
Good for her. Look at her. She cleans up kind of nice. Good for her. Inspector? That badge is homemade, surely.
The inspector part isn't entirely accurate. No one calls her that. For what it's worth, anyway. Investigating's off the cards for all of us.
I'm sorry? What's that supposed to mean?
Right, well, I'll be back up top. You hold the fort down here, alright?
No. Right, sir. This raises a lot of questions. A lot. So many. Oh god. I have to read Gina some more.
Yeah.
God, so many prompts. About Gina. Okay. Well, we've already discussed this. It was 8 months ago now that I first encountered Gina in connection with a case I was working on. At the time, she was living in the East End with a group of other orphans. She helped all of them survive by pickpocketing, but then she got embroiled in a murder. Just embroiled in a murder, that's fair. I had a lot of time to think in prison. I realized I couldn't go on like I was. The diving weren't working out. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear it, Ginny. Well done! So, you went from being a pickpocket to a detective? You got it. Good in it. Inspector Lestrade. Sounds like someone out of a book, eh? Oh god, shut up. Talk about a sea change. And then there's Iris's old man to think about. Iris's father, you mean? Yeah, I promised her, didn't I? I said I'd get all the police forces around the world to pull out all the stops looking for him. Aw, that's cute. What the hell? That's so cute. Just a small promise then, nothing serious. Oh, Ginny, you're so sweet. So anyway, that's how come I had to go at the test for Scotland Yard. I can't talk either. Only trouble is, I don't read so well, do I? Just a small problem, nothing serious. And that's when Hurley approached Gregsy and asked for help. Aww. Sholmes. So the inspector said he'd take full responsibility for Ginny and made her a sort of apprentice. That was very magnanimous of Inspector Gregson, and brave. Well, you know Hurley. He enjoys finding ways to make people do what he wants. Okay. Alright, okay, sure. Call him out, why don't you? The great detective likes digging for dirt, in other words. So, the long and short of it is, if you've got questions about the case, you can ask Inspector Lestrade. Okay, cool. Right then, Inspector. Actually, there's still a big mystery surrounding Gina, isn't there? Oh, what, Runo? What? We thought out loud again. God, why do we do this? Well, 6 months ago, Gina was the defendant in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper. A trial in which she was found not guilty. And yet, here she is still. Come on! You're not still on about that, are ya? A Legend of the Reaper, or whatever it's called. Core, you don't have worry, Odo. That's cute. If I didn't half worry, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of you left. It's like I told you before, innit? The Reaper's kinda like I'm upstairs, so he knows what I'm like on the inside. And I ain't really done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong might be stretching a point. What about Mr. Natsume in Japan? He is perfectly fine, isn't he? Well, that's true. Perhaps the Reaper is more discerning than I thought. Exactly. So I ain't worried. I'm totally fine. God. Yesterday's incident. Let's ask for details about the crime. Court was out of this world, it was. Okay. The Brady boat pulled a bunch of levers on his machine and suddenly it started billowing smoke. Then it just went pop. I ain't seen a better experiment here yet. Sorry? You mean you saw it, Ginny? With your own eyes? I mean, do you think she'd see it with somebody else's eyes? Yeah, of course. The boss is in charge here, ain't he? Of keeping everything running smooth, I mean. The boss being Inspector Gregson, I suppose. That's gonna take some getting used to. So all I have to say is that I'm on duty and I can do whatever I want to. Get this! I was up in one of them flying balloons when it happened, watching it from above. Oh my goodness. No! You're so lucky, Ginny! Maybe I should join Scotland Yard too. You should. Yeah, do it! You know how to put the boss in his place already, right, Iris? You'd have no trouble at all. Then it's settled! When do I start? No, no, no. You can't join Scotland Yard, Iris. We'll see. Anyway, what I don't understand is this. If the machine exploded so spectacularly, how can Professor Bunnybrain still be claiming that his experiment was a success? Oh, right. Well, it was a success, in a way. It was. How can it have been? Oh god. A new question. Successful experiment. Surely, after the whole machine blew up, no one could call the experiment a success. It's like I said, it did sort of work. I mean, yeah, there was a load of smoke and that whopping great bang. But where do you think they found the victim's body, eh? In the Crystal Tower over there. What? In the tower? I see. You can see for yourself, can't ya? Up there above the scaffold. Oh, where all the glass is broken, you mean? Indeed. Man fell through that. Yeah, the cage what the victim got in to start with. Really did get beamed through the air or whatever and landed all the way over there. So, you see, it did kind of work, didn't it? What? I don't believe it. I mean, I don't get the ins and outs of it, but anything's possible, right? With science. Oh, I tell you what, you can have this. It's the plan of the experiment they drew up at the yard. Oh, yay, a diagram for our court record. Are you sure? Yeah, go on. I had 3 bob off you before, so fair's fair. This girl took our money and gave us a diagram. She took our money.
She took our money, then sold it back to us, and then gave us a diagram.
I can't with this girl. Yes, I didn't actually give that to you, did I? Yay, entered into the court record. Something Inspector Gregson said before seemed a little strange.
For what it's worth, anyway. Investigating's off the cards for all of us.
Damn.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Yes, naughty old Gregsy ran off after that without explaining himself. Oh, right, that. The boss said no one's allowed to investigate that weird machine what blew up yesterday. Well, that's not fair. We're representing the defendant. In that case, could you at least tell us what you've learned from your investigations? Nah, you're not getting it. We ain't allowed to investigate neither. Why? What did the boss call him again? The Forensic Investigation Team, I think? Anyway, apart from them lot, no one's allowed to lay a finger on the scene. Bit funny, innit? So even Scotland Yard's own detectives can't investigate. Yes, I've never heard something like that before. I thought I could have a gander on the quiet though, but the boss caught me at it. Probably are gonna give me an earful about it before from down here, didn't ya? Gosh. It's not bleeding fair. I think you were giving him as much of an earful back as I remember it. Yeah, well, sometimes I think it's all them chips what make him so stubborn. Yeah, that makes sense. You say something to him, Odo? Go on, see if you can get through to him. He's up on the platform above us, is he? Where that machine that exploded is. We can try, can't we, Runo? Gregsy will listen to us. Oh my god. Alright, cool. Anything to examine here? Oh look, something to examine. The Crystal Tower. It's certainly an apt name. It was built to be the focal point of the exhibition, and it definitely is, being so tall and with all that glass. I can't imagine a building like this ever being erected in Japan. Amazing. Amazing. There are lots of exhibits inside the tower as well, apparently. Of course, there's an observation deck, but there's also an art gallery, a zoo, and a museum. But I heard you have to queue for 3 hours just to get through the doors. Well, at the moment, the shattered glass from the failed experiment may well be the biggest draw. And thanks to that accident, the whole tower is shut. Suddenly, it's not the Crystal Tower anymore, but the Crystal Glass Shower. God. Why? Why? It's fine. Apparently, everyone's taking to the skies now to look down on the disaster area from above instead. But there's a 3-hour queue to go up in a balloon now. Londoners must be very patient people. Alright, we have looked. Oh, we can look up. What's all this then? What's this? Ah, it looks as though somebody dropped something behind the tree just here. Dropped or hid. Is that a crossbow?
Looks like a violin.
It looks kind of wild. It looks like a crossbow to me.
Are crossbows like wide?
Some of them have little arms that fold in. That's what the gears are for. Yeah. What is this? Some part of the machine that exploded? Maybe. It could have fallen from the platform above in the blast, perhaps. What's going on here? Oh, nothing. I think I'll hang on to this just in case. Mysterious contraption. Okay. We got some debris on the ground here. For some reason, the ground is damaged in this spot. Look. Almost as if there was a fire here or something. Yes, if you look closely, there's some scattered ash and burnt embers, too. Well, I suppose there was a big explosion just above here. People probably wouldn't bat an eyelid at a small fire like this would have been. I'm not sure we English are quite that laid back, Runo. Okay, we have looked. Oh, more to look at. Great. Oh, look! What's this? A ripped piece of cloth. It's not like any fabric I've ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. It looks extremely durable. It's canvas, I think, with some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charred as well. Maybe that means it had something to do with the explosion. Let's make a note of it while Ginny's mid-yawn. Yay, scorch marks at the edges. Cool. We have found items by being industrious. Wait, we can go up? What do I hit to go up? H.
Up.
Let's see what else is around up here. Oh, hot air balloons. I've been meaning to ask you for a while now, but what are those funny round blobs floating in the sky? Oh. Oh, they're the flying balloons I've been talking about. I want to go up in one so much. I've read about situations like this in a magazine about strange phenomena. Oh no, honey, no. Creatures from outer space coming in round flying objects to attack Earth. What? I suppose inhabitants of other planets are bound to be interested in the Great Exhibition. This is it, Iris. It's happening.
Alien.
It's not. Don't worry. I'll explain it all. I'll explain it all to you later over a nice cup of tea, Runo. She'll tell you when you're older. Oh my god, that was worth scrolling up immediately. Worth scrolling up for. Okay, let's get the inspect the site here. I swear the Cove ended up after his instant kinesis or whatever they called it. Dead, of course. And yet they're calling the experiment a success? What's the wooden scaffold there for? The coppers, our lads, set that up after the incident happened. They get the body down, I think. Dunno, really. Oh god. Didn't you help to erect the scaffold then? Nah, lookout duty's more my thing. Wandering around the exhibition and keeping a lookout for the fun stuff. Oh, girl, what? Mind Gregson doesn't hear you saying that or he'll give you the boot. It's incredible though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by some sort of invisible kinesis? I don't think so. This is not science fiction, so I don't think so. Alright, we have scrolled all we can't scroll, so we shall go down and look over here. This platform must have been set up for the experiment, I suppose. It's very high up. About 30 feet above the ground, apparently. That's what a policeman I just spoke to said. I don't really understand feet very well. We don't use them in Japan. Oh my god. Oh yes, sorry. It's about 9 meters. But soon you'll have been in London a year, Runo. It's time you got used to our measurements. Yes, well, this thing is so tall, the spectators at the front would just have seen a wall and nothing else. They probably thought they'd secured the best spot to watch from, only to be disappointed. There's a saying in Japan, the darkest spot is right under the lighthouse. I feel like it probably applies here. Alright, more inspection. More stairs? Okay. These stairs obviously lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the experiment was being conducted. There we go. Wee.
Woo.
Wee.
That must be the teleport laser.
The teleportation laser.
Teleport.
It's charging my lasers.
It's
Ding.
charring. It's charring the ground.
Oh my god. Look at this madness. This mess. So, that's it, is it? The machine that blew up. Oh, it must have been a magnificent explosion. And I've seen my fair share. Yeah, because you live with Herlock Sholmes, my dude. You've seen things like this before, you mean? Of course. Hurley's always doing experiments that end in a bang. Oh, God. In fact, in his own words, explosions are the very essence of chemistry. That might explain the smell of burning that frequently comes wafting up the stairs. One time, he made something that exploded with such force, it took the roof off the building. Wow. I wish you'd been there to see it, Runo. Oh, girl, what? What's wrong with you? It's hard to get too excited about that, given that I now live in the roof. Well, anyway, that's enough about that. It's time to investigate. Oh. Hey, Gregsy. Look. Inspector Gregson is over there. He seems to be deep in thought about something, whilst eyeing up the machine carefully. Really? He just looks confused to me. Alright, we shall examine. Let's see. Ferris wheel. Oh, what is that gigantic thing over there? It looks like an enormous water wheel. Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins you can see. Why? Good question. Some of us are afraid of heights, Iris. Well, they rotate nice and slowly, so it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery. Wait, it's turning? But it looks completely still. Yes, that's because it's turning so slowly. One complete revolution takes about half an hour. If you were mad enough to go in one, it would be more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think? That's a you problem, boy. I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride there, Runo. Good for him. We'll come back to you. There are all sorts of strange buildings here in the Great Exhibition Grounds, aren't there? I seem to remember something similar being exhibited in Japan one time. Oh! In your country, Runo! I do wish I could go and see it! I'd present a particularly steely samurai with a present of one of Hurley's stories I'd written especially. And see if I couldn't get Hurley into a jam against some Bartitsu? What? Master ninjas. Okay. You might not find as many of those sorts of people around as you think. Oh, well that's dull.
Ah, I figured it out.
Uh-huh.
I solved it.
You solved it?
Bartitsu is an eclectic martial art and self-defense method originally developed in England in 1898.
I see.
combining elements of boxing, jiu-jitsu, cane fighting, and French kickboxing.
That is wild. That is entirely wild.
In 1903, it was immortalized as Baritsu by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, author of the Sherlock Holmes mystery stories.
How about that? That's funny. Oh, but I do know a prosecutor with a chonmage top knot I could introduce you to. A chonmage, really? Do you think I'm gonna have my picture taken with him? Do you? Assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago, yes. Lord. Alright. Here we are, we're at the machine. Nothing to see but the machine.
It's Gregson.
It ripped itself apart magnificently, didn't it? Magnificently and mercilessly. So someone stands in the middle of the machine to be disassembled and then beamed through the air. Yes, beamed. Not blasted, that's the point. Yes, that part's crucial, really. Is something like that even possible, though, Iris? Oh, Runo, I'm just a child. How should I know? Girl. A child when it suits you, you mean? From what I can tell, I think if you were to pull this... Oh, God.
Don't touch that.
Aha! That was practically instantaneous kinesis the way you flew over just now, Gregsy.
Please, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you, but I can't let you touch anything up in here.
So sorry. You can have some of my latest special blend to make up for it.
He's a drinking it.
He's a drinkin'. He's a gluggin' and a chuggin'.
Wonderful. This stuff really is wonderful.
It's just like old times, this is.
It's like we're back in game 1, case 5, except it's like case 6.
Yeah. We're representing Professor Hairbrain in court tomorrow, Inspector. So we should be allowed to examine the scene.
Listen, Sunshine, even I'm not allowed to touch anything up here. It's that blasted special dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act to blame. It's driving me potty.
Oh yes, that special dispensation. The professor mentioned that too.
Well, red tape's all we need. I don't know what the government thinks it's playing at sometimes.
But we're allowed to just look, aren't we?
Yeah?
Surely that's all right, isn't it, Gregsy? Fold. Cave.
Of course, your ladyship. Anything you say, your ladyship. But please don't get your dainty hands dirty, will you?
Thanks. Don't worry. We wouldn't dream of touching anything, would we, Runo? She really knows how to get what she wants. The advantages of being an adorable child. Bat your eyelashes and people fall all over themselves. Converse with the Gregsy. Using high voltage electricity to somehow disassemble a man's body. And then beam him across to the Crystal Tower. It's an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public.
True. It was by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for the exhibition, mind.
To be honest, I'm a bit surprised it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous with so many spectators present, I mean. Yeah, you did just ruin all those people's lives when this dude died in front of them, so...
True. I mean, maybe they didn't see the corpse, it was just like smoke.
Yeah, maybe.
The government's doing everything it can to promote new science and technology at the moment.
Okay.
Good. I'm more worried about being ahead of the game than the odd spot of public safety infringement.
Oh boy.
Not so good.
Not good at all.
Like 75% bad.
Yeah.
If they can be the first to develop some new technology, it makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see.
Yes, I suppose that's true in a way.
So the powers that be are placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' rights at the moment.
What sort of rights?
I'm making it so that any theories the brains have remain their legal property, as it were.
Okay.
Right through developing it to a practical idea and even going into production. Which is the infuriating reason us coppers aren't allowed to touch this crime scene. Because the new High Fault and Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act forbids it.
That's funny. Ah, I see now.
The only people with permission to investigate here are from some brand new department at the Yard. The Forensic Investigation Team, it's called. We've been relegated to keeping guard.
We're gonna get to meet new characters because of this, I bet.
Yeah.
The Forensic Investigation Team.
Any old fool can see that this heap of scrap metal is a sham to begin with.
A sham, you say?
One of them. But just because it says scientific equipment on the paperwork, we can't do a flaming thing with it.
Poor Gregsy. He's very head up, isn't he? Poor Gregsy. Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here that he just explained to you 5 seconds ago?
Do I have to keep saying it out loud?
Yes, you do.
Are you having me at it, Sunshine? It's the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Thank you. It will not stop.
Yes, I think Harley mentioned that recently, with a real twinkle in his eye, as I remember.
I'm not looking forward to having to say it. I just... Van Zweeks.
Has been.
He's gonna bring it up and I'm gonna have
He's
to
gonna
say
bring
it.
it up! God.
He's gonna bring it up.
Lord.
I'm sure he did, your ladyship. I'm sure he did. Asked especially for the great exhibition it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions to some suits in the civil service. And if it gets rubber stamped, that's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality.
What does that really mean?
Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at the exhibition. Although a good half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me, before by shammers like yourself.
Wow! Wow! Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's all so fun.
Might be fun to you, but a member of the force has to be present at every single demonstration.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine, eh? Hang science, that's what I say.
Okay, Gregsy. A little too far with that one. Reel it in. Reel it back. Pull it
This
back.
is how they make Luddites.
Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job.
Shouldn't think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shammers' bogus contraptions.
But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point.
Yeah, well, there is a point, sadly.
Sorry?
Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas.
No.
If any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant.
The scientists get funding.
Exactly. And that's what they're all after. All these shammers coming for far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. And who has to keep them all safe, eh? Who has to smile politely and welcome them? Us coppers, that's who. So you can see why I say it now, can't you? Hang science! Hang it!
Oh, maybe I can see your point. Okay, moving on. Apparently, Professor Hairbrain lives and works in Germany now, conducting his research.
Right. Came back to Britain especially for the Great Exhibition, as I understand it.
Fair.
Probably after one of the government's research grants.
Ad starts in 1 second. Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. It turns out he was at university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zeeks. Oh, the music stopped. The freaking music stopped. Wow.
Yeah, nobody can believe it. What's that? That's news to me. But if Van Zeeks demands the prosecution, then, as the accused, the professor's fate is
Sealed? Because the Reaper will get him one way or another.
Blimey, that man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his.
Don't put the fish and chips in your pocket!
Talking of Van Zeeks, this morning's paper ran the story of him being attacked. Read that?
Yes. Oh, yes! But Mr. Reaper is completely fine. Nothing to worry about. And we're finally in the ad break. So I'll give it a minute. So, how's the science going?
Apparently it's going pretty bad considering the giant metal wreck behind us.
Yeah, that's
You
not...
know what? In the spirit of this, all the sham science going on.
The shams. We had sham spear last time. Now we have sham bait.
Sham science.
Sham science. It's a sham bait.
I want to talk about phlogiston theory for a bit.
Oh, okay.
So, for a good bit of history, people were like, how the heck does fire work? Which is a reasonable question. And somewhere in like the 1700s or so, in like the heyday of like some not so alchemy chemistry type, like when alchemy was kind of moving to chemistry and becoming like proper chemistry as we know it today, there were some theories posted around, and the big one was phlogiston theory. The basic idea was that there was some material in burnable objects that, when burnt, heated, etc., would release the phlogiston material and cause it to, like, escape as, you know, the fire and then become in the air.
That's
This
interesting.
also went to explain why, if you like put a candle inside a glass jar, the candle would go out. Now we know it's because it runs out of air to burn, but the idea was that the phlogiston saturates the air and it kind of reaches like equilibrium, almost like pressure. Like no more phlogiston can escape because it's stuck in the air as like a saturated gas. This held for a while, except there were some fundamental problems, such as if you weighed any object that you would actually go out of your way to burn and maintain, the burnt remains would very often, especially in the case of like burnt mercury, effectively like metals that oxidize so hard that it seems like they're on fire, actually get heavier at once burned. And that's where sort of like the weird, awkward justification sort of started seeping in. With like, oh, well, maybe phlogistons have negative weight.
Oh, no.
And some wild stuff like that. So that's fun.
That's the march of science, you know?
It
They had
is.
to figure
It
it out
really
somehow.
is. It's pretty good.
They had to figure it out somehow.
They did.
And they did it. Oxygen
They did.
answered their questions.
They did.
When was oxygen discovered?
Well, it was, it was discovered in the process of the whole phlogiston era because the discovery of oxygen was basically how they inverted it.
Ah.
It was like, oh, hey, it's not a material in the burnable object, it's a material in the air that enters the object as part of burning.
Ah. Okay. Discovery of oxygen. Very interesting.
I'm going to say it was, just reading the phlogiston Wikipedia article a little further, around the 1770s.
They were kind of...
Like late 1700s.
Do you ever, like, think about how that wasn't that long ago?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about how it wasn't that long ago, and I get a little concerned about humanity.
I especially feel that way about, I feel that way about Andromeda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, it was only about 105 years ago that we realized, wait, no, this isn't a nebula. It's an entire other universe, which we've rebranded to galaxies now. That's fun to me.
Yeah, I love science when it makes sense. Like a good science. We do enjoy a good science.
Yeah.
But Mr. Reaper is completely fine. Nothing to worry about.
Yes, right. Glad to hear it.
I don't think you mean that, Gregsy.
Still, the Reaper, huh? How long's that business gonna keep up, I wonder?
In before I realized the background famous Moscow building. Yeah, I know.
No, it's there.
It's there?
We're just
Been there.
we're
We've
in
already looked
Moscow
at
right
it.
now.
Yeah. Moscow. Okay, I won't sing it, but yes, indeed. Welcome, Stonewall, welcome. We are quite well versed in things, so we did in fact notice it. We didn't bring it up, but we noticed it. Did you read this line? My brain is checked out for a second.
I did read that line,
I'm back.
but I'm stalling anyway because I'm trying to remember the name of said Moscow building.
Oh. Well, now we have a mystery of the Reaper to talk about.
Darn, that's like 2 mysteries.
So many mysteries. In my Ace Attorney, a mystery? What? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asman. He was another of the Reaper's victims, or so I heard. Okay, Gregson, give me some dots, buddy.
Lord Barak Van Zieks is a top-class prosecutor.
Okay. What does that mean?
But even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win.
Yes, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. Which we would never do because we're good people. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? St. Basil's Cathedral is the building, apparently.
Man, I was like seconds away from discovering that myself. I got to the name St. Basil. I wanted to confirm. Darn it. But thank you, though, also. Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zieks initially.
Aha.
We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court.
Okay, that makes sense. Although the man himself denies that charge.
Most people do.
Yeah, right? Especially in this job.
Well, we've done a very thorough investigation, and the conclusion we reached is that Lord Van Zieks is in no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it, I would.
But if that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't just have coincidentally died if nobody killed them, because people die when they are killed.
I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper.
Okay. Sure. Professor Hairbrain mentioned something else, and you put your chips and fish back in your pocket again. Cool. He said that at university, Lord Van Zieks was a totally different person. Easygoing and kind. I would give... Okay, let me just pour one out for Risha here in that, like, after last week, I straight up want to see this Van Zeeks. Like, I want to see flashback, easygoing, kind, fun to be around, like, nice guy Van Zeeks. I want to see it. I want to be converted. I'm just saying.
Know, this feels like a Darth Vader situation.
It could be.
It
but
could be.
He's hotter than Darth Vader, so that's fine, right? Look, I'm just speaking the truth. What do you want from me?
Fair.
Gregson.
What?
He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to change the man. Do you have any idea what it was? Oh, we are digging things we should not be digging. Uh-oh.
Probably the lava.
Uh-oh.
No clue.
Gregson knows! Really?
Look, I've got my hands full watching over this frustrating crime scene.
You son of a biscuit.
Why don't you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh?
Man.
Iris ain't buying it.
Iris. Wow. I got nothing else to examine.
We can look at stuff, though. Just take our eyeballs and go scan. Speaking of eyeballs, I've revealed mine recently.
You did reveal yours. Oh, we can look up now.
Ooh.
Again, we'll look up. Oh. So those are people carrying balloons dangling silently in the skies over London. I always thought the day would come when humans would discover how to fly. But I never imagined it would involve them being suspended from colorful floating tamari handballs. I'm sure it must feel amazing being up there among the clouds. Let's take a ride together, Runo, please. If I'm being perfectly honest, I would like to try it. But without a cast iron guarantee that the thing won't plummet to the ground, I'm too scared. Oh well, in that case, I should tell you what Hurley said. It's physically impossible for a flying balloon to plummet to the ground, as long as it doesn't explode. That's very helpful, Iris, thank you. Yes, call me crazy, but I think the exploding part might play on my mind a little. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon?
No.
Has anybody in chat ever been in a hot air balloon?
Have you?
Anybody? I have, actually.
How was it?
I was terrified because I... Alright, let's get the deep Ascella lore. Sit down, everybody. You think Lark's been in a hot air balloon? What? Explain. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. So when I was young, my childhood home was in the path of a hot air balloon race that they would have every year. Because we lived near an airport where they had like a big field that they would launch the hot air balloons out of, and they would have a hot air balloon race. They don't have this race anymore. Unfortunately, they stopped doing it, and I don't know why, but they used to have this hot air balloon race, and the hot air balloons were kind of, you know, they're at the whims of the upper level winds and everything like that, and various things would happen, and they would end up like downing in fields and stuff like that sometimes. And actually my dad was really cool. He would decorate our roof every year for them to see when they flew over. My dad's a carpenter. And he would make big like hot air balloon things and like decorate the roof so they had something to look at when they went over the house. But so one time a hot air balloon not crashed, it just downed in our pasture next to our house. And when that happens, so when hot air balloons are racing, they have like a chase vehicle with like a trailer and stuff that like kind of follows the path that they're going in case they are downed and need to be picked up. So, they downed in our field, and we went over to talk to them because their chase vehicle wasn't there yet. And of course we're being nice to people that just landed in our field, right? Like, hello. But so we went over to talk to them, and they were like, hey, do you guys want to ride in the hot air balloon? Now, I am afraid of heights. I am deathly afraid of heights. Even to this day, I can't get up on step stools. I do not like heights. It's more the falling that bothers me. But because I'm fine in planes, once I get up there, I'm fine. Once I'm resigned to the fact that, well, it's in science's hands now, you know? But I was afraid of heights. So I went up in the hot air balloon. They tethered it, is what they did. They tethered it. And then they took us up, just up and down a few times. And I just sat in the basket and like curled up in a ball. So while I have been in a hot air balloon, I have not adequately enjoyed the view from a hot air balloon. I was too scared. It's also very hot too because of the air, the way I don't know if you guys have ever actually like looked at a hot air balloon up close. But there's like a burner thing underneath the balloon part, right? Which is where the hot air comes from. They fire this fire into the they put the fire in the to heat the air and go up. Hi, Hinami, hello. And so it was very hot near that actually, because it's like right above your head. There's not a lot of clearance from the baskets in these racing ones, at least. So it was very hot. I remember it being very hot, and I remember curling up in a ball in the basket because I was terrified and I wanted to go back down. And yeah, I was trying not to be a party pooper, but it was really fun. Honestly, looking back on it, it's pretty cool that I got to go to hot air balloon because I don't think many people get to experience that in their lives. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Hence why I asked, because I have indeed been in a hot air balloon. Let's look at the contraption. Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Hairbrain was lucky to escape unscathed, I'd say. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think.
Touch anything and I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, you hear?
I won't touch a thing, I promise. So please, spare a thought for your digestion. Cute Ascella lore. Is it cute? I'm not cute. I'm not cute. Am I? I'm not cute.
I don't know, look at that emote.
The emote's pretty cute.
Yeah.
The emote's pretty cute.
And you're in the emote.
Okay, but that's like a version. That's
of you.
Pixels cosplaying as me. Anyway, do you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims? I mean, it disassembled the guy a little bit, just not in a prescribed method.
Yes. Looking totally incredulous. Give it a rest, sunshine.
I'm doing my best, Gregson.
If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. But we can't, can we?
Because of the annoying rules, you mean?
Exactly. The annoying, obstructive, flaming rules.
Man who likes rules suddenly doesn't like rules.
He likes law, he doesn't like rules.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, look at the base of the machine there. Oh, yes! There's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh! It's a screwdriver, I think. Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of a capital letter A. It is. Oh, yes, you're right.
What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything, I said. Touch anything and I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, I said.
Yes, yes, I understand. Sorry. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit. But Gregsy, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really very, very curious. Have I convinced him? With my Oscar-worthy performance. Okay.
Of course, your ladyship. You're so clever, your ladyship. Betty spotting something like this.
Thanks, Gregson. However, don't touch anything.
But I'm afraid I can't let you have it.
But we saw it. But Rudolph found it first.
I assure you, I'll investigate it thoroughly.
Uh-huh. Did he just disappear? He's gone off with it. That was very mean. I'm afraid Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now. Good.
Ooh.
Poor Gregsy. We've run out of luck.
Right. Are you done here, Mr. Naruto?
Did she get my name right? Sorry?
Isn't it about time you were leaving? Or rather, it is about time you were leaving. That lot are here now.
Ooh, the forensic scientists.
Get ready.
That lot! I'm so excited to meet them. Am I gonna hate them? This is gonna be fun.
I think you'll like her. The forensic investigation team. They'll be giving me the heave-ho in a minute, too.
Oh dear, poor Gregsy. Here, have another cup of my special blend to cheer you up. Even though you're gonna get roasted in next month's installment of Herlock Sholmes. Glug, 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 glug.
Drinking it. He's glugging.
He's glugging and chugging.
That hit the spot. Yep, hits it every time.
Well, at least I've seen the scene with my own eyes. It looks like this is as far as we're going to get with our investigations here, at least. I've been thinking. Hurley might know something, mightn't he?
He
About
might.
what? Because he's a scientist, that's why.
Ooh.
About Mr. Reaper? Wow, wrong subject. Cool. About what happened to Lord Van Zeeks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. We have jumped topics with this child. Hi, Pianui! Are you still Pixels? Are you still Pixels? Thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate right now. I hope it doesn't freak out my personage again. I'm gonna try the straw this time. You'll be Pixels from time to time. Okay. Well, you were very cute.
The occasional pixelation.
You were very cute. Something that completely changed his life. Ain't we all like that, buddy? Maybe, but I have no idea where to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. Aw, thank you, Vianui. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he? Here, this is what you need. I loved the face reveal too. Anybody who didn't love the face reveal was incorrect. I'm gonna hit anybody that thought it was weird or
I think it was just weird for a lot of people. I don't know.
I think it's April Fool's and you can do what you want.
I don't know if people didn't like it, but I definitely felt some like negative aura emanating from Wet Dry World, and I got insecure about it.
I think they were being not fun about it if they were doing that. I wasn't able to pay attention to chat because I was working, but like I thought it was fun, especially for April Fools, and I liked when you put on I liked the glasses with the eyes under them too. That was pretty good too. Yeah,
the hybrid seemed to be pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean, it did change your silhouette, but like, who cares? It's just for funsies. Calm down, everybody. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but nobody asked for my opinion, and I gave it anyway, so. The see-through glasses, yeah! When chat is too parasocial. Oh my god, they were being kind of parasocial. Oh no, exception. What have you done?
What?
Your chat is too attached to you.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anybody from that chat that sees this, I'm kidding. Calm down. What's this? Some kind of entrance ticket? Madame Tuspels. Is this supposed to mean something to me? You don't know it. It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like. No. We don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow. But that's where Hurley is. What? At this popular London attraction? Yes. How is it that you know where he is? Hurley told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you, Runo. Madame Tuspels. I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then stranger things have happened, and when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. Amen, brother. Amen. Yeah, good job keeping it a secret for reals. Okay, we're gonna stop hydrating. Can I present
Were you hydrating
to
this
him?
whole time?
I was.
I don't think
Can I present
so.
anything
Yeah,
to him? No, I don't want to show him the things I picked up off the ground. He'll get mad at me.
Yeah, and forensics will be even madder at you.
Move. New location has been added. This is where Hurley is. What?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Uh-huh.
how do you get the reference to you?
Is this supposed to be like the wax museum? Am I wrong? Am I right? Oh wait, I didn't even look at the
I'm reading
screen.
what Pianui said.
Oh, the last Toletta pick melted your heart to paw. I know. Okay, but what you don't know is that there's another pic that goes with it that I took of her, because the reason she had her paw up a little bit, and Finn reached over and like was holding her paw, and then when Finn let go, like Toletta just kept her paw up, and she was sleepy, and it was so cute. It was so cute. She's perfect. She's an angel. But yes, even before I read the screen properly, it's like Madame Tussauds, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We good.
Even before I read the screen, I got the reference. I want to say that. I had not yet read the screen because I was also looking at chat. All right, off we go to where Hurley is. I'm kind of glad we didn't keep going last time because this has been like already an hour and a half. So
Indeed.
yeah, I would have been very sheepy. Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxworks. Oh my goodness, I love that one. What is this place? Look at all these terrifying scenes. But why are all the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murders. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight. They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Bruno? Shocked? Wax models? Ah! I read about dead bodies in wax once in a magazine about strange phenomena. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can turn to wax, apparently. It's called a adipocere. Stop talking about creepy things like that, Runo. You're scaring me. Anyway, adipocere doesn't form readily, you know. It's only in okay, we're screaming again. We're screaming again. What now? I've just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena. Stop reading these things, Runosuke. There was an old lady, maybe a witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display. None of the exhibits in here are real. Has to be like the coldest building in the world. They're all entirely man-made replicas. Oh, I get it. They can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them. Oh! There's no way anybody could make models of people that are this realistic. Oh, hi. Hi, Shelms. Hi. What's up? You and Jack the Ripper over there. And they're all such gruesome scenes. Wait. What is it? Oh, no. I must be seeing things. I'm sorry, there's a hand? Is this an arm? It looks like an arm, doesn't it? Maybe one of the waxwork models has fallen over. You don't think it'd be the work of one of the mass murderers in here, do you? Runo, stop scaring me! Is it a wax arm or a real one? Come on, you're always pointing that finger of yours in court. Poke that arm now and see how it feels. Wow. We just got thrown under the bus, actually.
We did.
Objection! We're not touching it. We're not heckin' touching it. Alright, we can go this way. Is this some infamous murderer? Yes! Called Jane the Ripper. All her victims were young women. I knew it. You can tell by the way she's holding that knife. Sure sign of a murderer. Ryunosuke, calm down. Well, yes. Okay, we're screaming so much. What's the matter, Runo? I've worked it out. I know what she's doing. She's trying to fill that bathtub with blood so she can have a soak in her victim's gore. Not according to the information about the exhibit on the little board here. It doesn't mention anything about the bathtub. Really? Sorry, I don't think it's significant. I still think it has to be there for a reason. Okay, other side. These models are so well made, I can't tell what's waxwork and what's a real human. Or maybe all the exhibits are real people. And when it's closing time and all the visitors have gone home, they suddenly start moving about. Ugh, just thinking about it makes me wish it was closing time already and I was on my way home. Ugh, is this an example of Western Tsuchigiri? I don't know what that is. Thank you, Iris. You know, when an unscrupulous samurai randomly attacks a passerby to test his sword. I still don't know, no. But actually, a waxwork samurai would probably be hugely popular. Could you model it, do you think, Runo? Doing that Tsujigiri thing you mentioned? Well, I do have a sword, but I've no intention of testing how sharp it is on a human subject. For now, at least. Excuse me, for now? Excuse me, what about later, dude? And now, at last, we get to the problem child. It's the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes has his own wax statue in here? Really?
Impressive.
Impressive. Well, he is world famous after all. It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? It makes my skin crawl to look at it. I know! But look, Runo, you can kick this Hurley and he doesn't move a muscle. Wow. You can't go around kicking the exhibits, Iris. Oh, he's dying. Wait. It just moved, I'm sure. And not just a little bit either. Really? Did it? And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model. Hi, Sholmes. I mean, we knew, but also... Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look. There's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing.
Hold it!
My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner as if you've seen something truly abhorrent.
He takes exception, but I need exception for this stream. So he can't take
You're gonna
you.
have to share.
No! I don't want to share! I don't like sharing! Sharing is not caring when it's stream time. Mr. Sholmes! I knew it!
Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruhodo.
Temporary waxwork? What do you mean?
And that kick! Could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winded me!
But Runo has something he needs to ask you.
Ah, a question.
Oh god, why is he so interested? And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. So here we are!
Well, I can't deny that your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes more being stationary like that. And my great brain, upon which all my success had been built, would have turned to wax.
Thank goodness we arrived in time.
Indeed. In many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss.
Yeah. Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you? He could know something, it's true, about Lord Van Zeeks and what happened in the past to change him. Please tell me I am dying.
Now that you are here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance?
Quit smoking indoors for one thing.
Well, you're in luck. I'm suddenly quite taken with the idea of conversing.
Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry.
And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. Most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sorry. Really?
Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that is related to the matter about which you've come to me now.
Oh, Lord, what is going on? What indeed is going on? But how could it be?
We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow. But for now, I must return to my work.
What? Back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? That blinks? Cool. 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 Great. Talk to me. What is this place? Great. Up there goes.
Madame Dispels came to London from France 3 years ago, I understand. Since she opened this little waxwork museum last year, it's enjoyed great popularity in London.
There are museums like this in Japan, too. But these displays are something else. I mean, they aren't made from actual, real people, are they?
The extreme realism of these waxworks models is a particular secret of the Dispels family, they say. They earned renown during the French Revolution for waxworks of victims of the guillotine.
Ugh, that sounds grim.
The gruesome scenes were portrayed with such realism in the expressions of the face of the condemned.
Apparently, the sculptors would make the models directly from the corpses, right there at the site of the executions. That really turns my stomach.
Just one of several legends about the Dispels family. Whether there's any truth in it, I couldn't say. Anyway, this museum houses models of famous people from all over the globe. Nevertheless, the most popular area of the museum by quite some margin is this House of Horrors.
House of Horrors, okay. House of Horrors?
Of course, visitors' numbers are dwindling now as a result of the Great Exhibition. But people usually flock here to see the exhibits of some of London's most vile criminals at their gruesome work. Naturally, most of them miscreants portrayed here were sent to the gallows. So they're even stiffer now than the models of them.
Wow, Sholmes, wow. Have you heard of poor taste? Exactly.
My dear fellows, the public live for poor taste. They yearn to be shocked.
Wow. So, the hideous exhibits in here are... They're all portrayals of real events that actually took place. Is it just me, or did the temperature in here just seem to drop?
Anyway, I advise you not to think too deeply about what you see here.
Oh boy. Okay, sure. Oh, he's back to being a waxwork, is he? Next, temporary waxwork. What do you mean by a temporary waxwork, Mr. Sholmes? Busy.
Exactly what you see. In part of the exhibits here, I'm part of the exhibits here, catching these criminals in the act.
Catching them?
Every half an hour, I hone in on a different killer in one of the displays and adopt a new pose to ensnare them. When members of the public come for a closer look, I offer them my hand to shake. For a shilling, I'll happily allow them to take a photograph with us.
This man. Us? Does he mean him and the waxwork murderers in here? But why, Mr. Sholmes?
My dear fellow, isn't it obvious? For the money!
Okay, you're broke. He really roared at me there. Very fitting for the House of Horrors.
As it stands, I may struggle to pay this month's rent. I have the ravenous iris to consider.
Took a part-time job as a waxwork. Oh, Hurley! I'm so hungry.
If push comes to shove, I shall have to ask you to do your bit, Mr. Naruhodo.
What's he threatening to rope me into now?
So, with that in mind, how about a photograph? As a special treat, you may have your pick of the murders and scoundrel in here. The choice is yours.
Maybe some other time.
Remember, Mr. Naruhodo, ignore me at your peril.
Wow, you are just a gentleman, aren't you, Mr. Sholmes? Back to being a waxwork again. Okay. Is it just me, or did his final remark there sound a lot like a curse? He's taking this job too seriously. Something to ask you. There we go.
Well, what is it you'd like to ask me then?
Actually, it's about Lord Van Zeeks.
Ah, our friend Mr. Reaper. How did you find him? Well, I trust.
And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in about everything I'd learned. About Lord Van Zeeks, about Professor Hairbrain, and about the strange coincidence that they had been at university together.
The end.
Bye, end of case. So I'm wondering...
Welcome to case 4.
Oh yeah, welcome to case 4, guys. We're investigating the Wax Museum murders.
Yep.
All of them. All of the murders at the same time. So I'm wondering what it was that happened to make Lord Van Zeeks such a different person. I was sure that you'd know, Hurley. But will he tell us? You said there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before. That something was afoot. And that you believed it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. Sholmes? Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly clammed up.
Well, it seems we've reached the unavoidable. This is you.
This is me?
This is you. This one's on you. Go for like, not like French, but like quasi-French, somewhat mystical. It'll make sense in a few seconds.
Okay. I have no concept of what to do. Okay, well, just,
Well, step 1 is say greetings.
Greetings. Yes, indeed. Oh! Oh, hello. Where did she appear from? I like this music. This is good.
Yeah.
And what's she wearing? Could she look any more mysterious? I hope you are appreciating my museum. Sorry, have we... Mr. Sholmes, do you know this? Not again. We're never going to get our answer to our question. My apologies. I am Esmeralda Tuspels. This is my museum of waxwork. Whoa, you're the Madame Tuspels? Bien, sir. Though only 26 years young, I might add. Is that significant somehow? I'm a madam in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi. Right. Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks. Or rather, one waxwork in particular. That'll be Mr. Sholmes then. I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle. Oh God, she's got a long-ass braid. Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble. She sounds deadly serious. That's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Zeeks now? I know, I love her too. She's delightful.
She's great.
let's not forget what Hurley said before. About something being afoot right here in the museum, I mean. Yes, I know, but I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here. Haven't we got enough on our plate already? Yeah, we're solving like 5 cases at once all of a sudden.
That's the power of case 3.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we gotta converse with her too. Are you kidding me? This investigation's taking two entire streams. The waxworks! Okay. Did you make all these waxworks, Madame Tuspels? I did. I am the 3rd generation of waxwork artisans, you know. Gosh! It was my grandmother who began the tradition in my family. Her fortunes were checkered, living through the turbulent times of the French Revolution as she did. Though that is when she acquired the savoir-faire that leads to the astonishing life-likeness. All these waxworks really do look as if they're alive. In fact, they look more alive than Hurley. What you see exhibited here represents the most atrocious of London's criminal past. All the waxworks were created in the presence of the real people on which they are modeled. And the hours immediately following their executions. That is the secret to the extraordinary lifelikeliness. That sounds terrifying. All walks of life have similar challenges, I'm sure. To carry out one's trade par excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths. My exhibits are a reflection of society. I create only that which the public wishes to see. Ugh, why couldn't the public have wished for something less horrifying? Good point. You wouldn't have a job, though. Do not fear. Sorry? This room is the only one in the museum with such a macabre theme. I do hope you'll explore. There are models of famous singers, actors, politicians. Something for every taste, I hope. It was Iris who dragged me straight in here, come to think of it. Sorry. Perhaps I should have eased you into things. I am pulling quintuple duty this week. Good for me.
You are.
I'm working hard. What's the situation with that? My temporary waxwork model. He approached me some days ago, you see, with a business proposal. Oh, what sort of proposal?
My dear madam, what these sparse exhibits need is the addition of a world-famous great detective.
Or words to that effect. Naturally, I am well aware that Mr. Sholmes is widely known in London as a talented detective. It's great detective, actually. He's very specific about it. Yes, the creme de la creme. So I was keen to come to some arrangement with him, of course. But sadly, we were unable to agree terms. Let me guess, someone wanted to charge an exorbitant price for his services.
For me, £500? I will dive into your cauldron of wax this very moment.
Wow. Or words to that effect. Mr. Sholmes might have overdone it slightly with the sales pitch. Regrettably, the museum has a shortage of funds at the moment due to unforeseen circumstances. So we came to the current arrangement instead. Surely he doesn't really need to do what he's doing, though, does he? I would think not, but he was very insistent.
A 50-shilling problem that must be resolved by the morning.
Or words to that effect. It's the pawnbroker, that's what it is. He must have something to redeem. Is the consulting detective work not going so well? Something afoot. Here we go. I wonder, could I ask you something? Yes, sir. I'm just curious. Is anything going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps? Okay. Whoever suggested such a thing to you? Oh, well, it was your temporary waxwork over there who mentioned it to me a little... Oh, he's disappeared.
A wax model is a work of art, not some tawdry object for trade.
Ah! He's back. There you are. Leaving the exhibit again when you should be working. Do you wish to be melted down?
My dear Madame Tispel, save your reprimands. There are more pressing concerns. The wax can wait. It's our ideas about your current problem we must throw into the melting pot instead.
Why are we literally taking on 2 cases at once here?
I'm telling you, this is the case 3 curse. Personally, I would advise you not to involve the police.
Oh god, never say that. Why ever not?
Because I'm right here.
She's turned as white as a sheet.
Because you have at your disposal a great detective whose services you may employ for a mere 50 shillings. So please be aware that I prefer... No, I insist upon payment in advance.
Wow. Very well. Let us see if the great detective is able to live up to his name, shall we?
Before I engage my analytical processes, I must ask you to clarify something.
I see.
What, pray, is behind the curtain?
That is the Tispel secret special exhibit. There is an extra charge to see it.
Ah, the special exhibit in the House of Horrors. It must depict a special killer then, I presume? Would you be so kind as to draw back the curtain, I wonder?
Ah, absolutely no. There is nothing amiss behind there.
Nothing amiss, madam.
It's an arm.
What about the arm protruding ominously from under the curtain? I strongly encourage you to allow me to see what lies beyond before the situation worsens.
Yes, very well. I will draw back the curtains, but only a soupçon.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, I think so. That's how my parents
Darn it,
said
I probably pronounced it wrong when I was Natsume earlier.
Oh!
I must confess I peeked behind the curtain earlier.
1 minute till ad break.
The Tispel special exhibit is a very bleak graveyard scene indeed. And yet, somewhat surprisingly, the waxwork killer one would expect is nowhere to be seen.
SoupCon. I'm gonna go to SoupCon. What do you cosplay at SoupCon?
The people from the I'm at soup meme.
There you go. Perfect.
What does strike one, however, is the portly gentleman lying peacefully on his back on the floor.
Was that the dude from Monopoly? Like,
Isn't that one of the jurors from... Wasn't he the foreman of Case 3 Game 1?
was he?
I think he was.
Well, then perhaps, Mr. Sholmes. That man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself.
Doesn't look very ruthless. I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's a perfectly ordinary London gentleman. Not even a waxwork, in fact.
What?
As skillfully made as these waxwork are, they are always distinguishable from real humans. So, allow me to present my two conclusions.
Oh no, here we go.
The first is that a sizable business transaction has been taking place in this special exhibit.
Why? Why would you say that?
And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is likened to is linked to a serious crime.
Wow, what a good place for an ad break.
Nice.
She says, ah. Okay, I'll wait a second. I'm gonna drink some more water.
Cool.
More water drinkage.
I'm going to look at the list of superseded scientific theory page on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Give me a category of science.
Okay.
Anyone?
Oh, you want us to give you one?
Yes.
Chemistry.
Ooh. Well, this phlogiston theory again. Ooh, polywater. Was a hypothesized polymerized form of water that was the subject of much scientific controversy during the late 1960s. By the 1969, the popular press had taken notice of Western attempts to recreate the substance and sparked fears of a polywater gap with the original inventor, Soviet scientist Nikolai Fedyakin. So it got swept up in the Cold War, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
And as early as 1970, doubts about its authenticity were being circulated. By 1973, it was found to be illusory, being just water with any number of common compounds contaminating it. Today, polywater is best known as an example of pathological science.
Interesting. I'd never heard of it.
I don't think I've heard of it either until right now, but now that I've heard of it, it's been heard.
It's been heard. Yeah.
Shout outs to Cold Fusion, by the way.
Pianui says, have a snack. Wouldn't you know, Pianui, that I have a snack right here. I have fruit snacks, in fact. I'll eat a fruit snack. I'm getting really sleepy and it's like another hour to stream and I'm like, ugh. Oh no! I'm eating my delicious Welch's fruit snacks. And we are back from ad. Oh no. Oh noes. Okay. Sorry, I had to send a message real quick. I'm sorry. I'm eating my fruit snacks and sending a message.
Well, I will also send a message.
Send messages.
Sent it.
Delicious fruit snacks. You sent me a message! Oh my god!
For those of you who are curious, we're just saying hi back to
Yeah, we
to
just said
each
hi.
other.
I'm almost done with my fruit snack. Thank you for the snack, Pinui. Maybe it will make me less yawning. Alright. She looks as pale as candle wax. I don't understand.
So, Madam to Spells, as you've agreed to my fee,
Did she?
you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work.
There's a dead guy in your wax museum. The game is afoot.
Oh, moment.
Waxworks fate. Okay.
To begin with, we must ask ourselves what exactly is afoot here in this museum. The answer is revealed by the bundle of banknotes protruding so helpfully from your bag. In my estimation, some 200 pounds.
That is all my own money.
What does this large sum of money reveal?
We're looking up. Okay.
Ah, not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would seem, Madam to Spells. Yes, the answer lies where your eyes now fall. The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by that public notice.
Sure. Sure, Sholmes. Sure.
Waxwork for sale. Your business has hit hard times, it would seem. In short,
How about in long? You're never short, Sholmes.
you sold the infamous killer, the centerpiece of your special exhibit, for the sum of 200 pounds.
Okay. Sure. None. Wait, so I put that in the
Now.
chat.
I'm on it.
Thanks.
Now, let us explore the next curiosity with which we are presented. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor?
Oh, now that it's at a slightly different angle, it does look like that juror. I wonder if it is him. That'd be crazy. Thank you for the nod.
He got murdered at some point and then became a waxwork.
He
for
got
the murderer.
murdered!
He got murdered! That's so tragic.
How about that?
It would appear the man has suffered a severe shock. The cause of which is clearly known to you.
Ah.
Unfortunately, madam, keeping secrets does not appear to be your forte. What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the 200 pounds. It would appear that you twisted the gentleman around your little finger most effectively.
Okay, Sholmes. What are you suggesting?
Extortion. He rashly agreed to purchase the waxwork for the sum of 200 pounds.
Okay. Sure.
Only when he came to hand the money over did it occur to him what an extortionate amount he was paying. Told ya.
Wow.
But the money was no longer in his hands. And the result? The scene we see before us. He collapsed in shock.
Maybe he'll wake up and tell us.
Yes, the killer in this special exhibit fetched a killer price. We can only pray that the gentleman's dreams are not plagued with regret.
Wow. Thanks, Shelms.
Sold for cash.
Topic 2.
The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands?
Melted.
Let us consider that problem for a moment.
You cannot possibly.
What immediately strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing over there. Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only observe his neckerchief. Such as is worn by policemen as a secret sign to fellow members of the force that a crime is being perpetrated. Yes, this young man is an undercover policeman, currently investigating this museum. I know him well, in fact. It's Sergeant John Clay.
In a wax museum? Clay? Really?
That's like a different material.
Wow. What are you talking about?
The man's quite a celebrity. He received triple accolades at last year's policing awards.
But...
Next, we turn our attention to the old man sat before him with the particularly unsightly visage. I've been watching closely and he hasn't moved a muscle, almost, in fact, as if he were a waxwork.
Wow, imagine that. A waxwork in a wax museum. But you.
Your reaction only confirmed my suspicion, madam. I noticed it at once, of course. Observe! That telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the obvious price tag. Threepence, a tragically low price, you might say. Though perhaps the going rate for aging waxworks riddled with cracks. And yet you sold it to the portly gentleman for an exorbitant 200 pounds. The sort of plucky behavior that's sure to attract the attention of Scotland Yard. Isn't that so, madam?
I do not. She does not.
Yes, the waxwork you sold has already been seized by the police and remains in their custody as we speak.
Wow, that was fast.
The old man must be reunited with his grave in the special exhibit and not a moment too soon.
Okay. Conclusion. Discovered already. Okay.
Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle.
Okay, let's fix him. We can
Not
make him
bad.
worse. We can make him worse. I can fix him. Iris isn't having it either. She's going to kill us all.
She's
with
ready to
wax.
go. I see I've stunned you all into silence.
And? You have, Hurley! You have! That she's holding that with bare hands is insane to me. And you've obviously upset this young lady in the process. Her cauldron looks awfully hot. She's not wearing gloves. Oh my god. If I could just bring up 1 point, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, the notorious Naruhodo 1 point. I'm all ears, my dear fellow.
Oh god. According to your deduction then, the special exhibit featured this old policeman. So that would mean that he's the particularly ruthless murderer, wouldn't it?
The killer policeman, Baltimore.
Sorry?
It was a mysterious series of murders that rattled the capital only last year. The police rushed to the scene every time, only to find the culprit had disappeared into the ether.
And it turned out the culprit was a policeman himself. A senior officer by the name of Ottermole. Oh, my cat is here. Hi, buddy. Hi, Prompto. What are you doing? So you mean that's who the sinister-looking old man there is supposed to be?
Indeed. It is a particularly grim face, is it not? Unforgettable, in fact. Yes, I remember that odious countenance only too well.
But is 200 pounds a lot of money for a wax model?
It would be enough to afford one of the latest steam carriages, if that puts things in perspective.
So, it is quite a lot then. She ain't having it. Is there anything else you wish to add? Before I melt you down. That bubbling wax is looking more and more ominous. Ugh, the smell of all that molten wax is starting to worry me. Mr. Sholmes did more or less just accuse her to her face, so I think I might have to call on your assistance here, Iris, if that's all right, to make some minor corrections to the great detective's great deductions. Bye, buddy. Prompto is leaving. Of course it's all right. We'll soon set things straight.
I miss Sato.
I do too. She's cute. She's beautiful. Well, let's get started then, shall we? Before Madame Tuspels vents her anger.
Just what I was waiting to hear, my dear fellow. Oh, so you were waiting for us to make you less wrong.
Yeah, he's used to it now.
I think he does this on purpose.
I think you're right.
So, Madame Tuspels, in accordance with our agreement, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. For real this time.
Okay, here we go.
To begin with, we must ask ourselves what exactly is afoot here in this museum. The answer is revealed by the bundle of banknotes protruding so helplessly from your bag. In my estimation, some 200 pounds.
That is all my own money.
So what does this large sum of money reveal? Ah, not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would seem, Madame Tuspel.
The glasses emoji.
Yes, the answer lies where your eyes now fall. This is how I feel when I get to beat Sholmes in these moments. Because I get to be like the smart guy.
Smart guy. Except that he's wrong.
The
It's fine.
it's a minor detail. The significance of the 200...
Public notice, public notice.
Yes,
She
the public notice.
Definitely
That's what it's
looked in
revealed
this
by.
direction, it's true. But I'm not sure she'd sell any of her waxworks, even for 200 pounds. Oh? She must pour her heart and soul into making them, don't you think? Over and above the wax. If it were me, I wouldn't sell them for anything. For that much money, I would. But it sounds like that makes me a bad person. Well, anyway. I wonder if the 200 pounds could have some other significance. Let's follow that furtive glance again and see if there's anything else that could explain it. Alright, let's look around. Shall we? What have we got? What have we got? We've got nothing over here. We've got the notice. We've got the portly man. That's it? That's our choices? Well, that helps quite a bit, doesn't it? That's our only choices. Let's look at it. Waxwork for sale? Would anyone really buy models of mass murderers? I think I'd rather have 200 pounds in my pocket. Exactly. You could buy one of those brand new types of steam carriage. That's what I'd spend it on if I had it, no question. Hi, Capra. Ooh, I'd buy all the herbs in the world. There must be another explanation for the money. We need to keep looking. Of course we do. This guy.
Do we have rotation power or no?
No. I don't think so.
Just wondering.
Gonna hit a wrong button if I'm not careful. It seems this well-dressed gentleman is alive after all. Just not alive and kicking. And he's not a waxwork or a model of a mass murderer. I'm not sure I'd pay 200 pounds for him. I don't think the man's up for sale. Well, anyway, it was a silly place to put him. Other museum visitors could easily trip. I don't think the man was put there on purpose either. It has rotated us.
Okay, I think there is like rotation that we can do. There's a control for it somewhere.
Well,
you got like arrow keys or something.
I'm hitting the arrow keys. Oh, now they're doing something. They weren't doing anything.
Ooh.
That's weird. I was using them and they weren't doing anything. Okay, that must have been a glitch. That's fine. Note on the wall. What's that note doing pinned on the wall there? Oh yes, let's see. Dear Madame Tuspels, we've taken the prisoner from this room. The price for his safe return is 200 pounds. Have the money ready by noon on 23rd October. What? This is... It's just like the sort of thing is left behind when someone is kidnapped. Yes! It's a ransom note! Exactly. So I think we have our answer. The ransom note. Take that. Alright. The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by that ransom note.
It's so. And we must congratulate these criminals on their inventiveness abducting a waxwork.
Abducting a waxwork.
Waxwork abduction.
Ah!
200 pounds is no small ransom fee, yet you clearly intend to pay it.
The model in question has special importance, so I put together all the money I have.
In summary then, the 200 pounds you have in your handbag is ransom money.
That's correct. Correct, Sholmes.
Now, let us explore the next curiosity with which we are presented. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor?
Okay.
It would appear the man has suffered a severe shock, the cause of which is clearly known to you. Unfortunately, madam, keeping secrets does not appear to be your forte. What dealt this man such a shocking blow was, of course, the 200 pounds.
So if the waxwork was kidnapped, where does that leave us in terms of who this man is? We could just ask him when he comes round. I know, right? Just ask him. I think the point of this exercise is to understand the beauty of the deduction process, Iris. Thanks. Thanks for that. We don't need a fourth wall. Yes, you're right. Hurley's trying so hard. We mustn't let him down. Well, there's little doubt that he suffered a shock. That much seems clear. But in that case, what's Madame Tuspels trying to hide? Let's have a closer look around. Let's rotate the scene. Okay, let's see here. Nothing exciting about her. There's the hand behind her back. Oh, that's her hand. Nope, that's not her hand. This is just Madame Tuspel's right hand, isn't it? Yes, it must be. I can clearly see her left hand after all. Oh, but wait a minute. This is a left hand as well. Look. Don't say such creepy things, Iris, please. And it seems very stiff, too. In fact, it's really hard. You mean it's made of wax?
Hanged man moment.
Is there anything else we could possibly look at around in here? I don't think so. I think that's our answer. That's got to be our answer.
Probably, yeah.
Because I don't see anything else. Okay. Take that. What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the waxwork hand.
Indeed, with a solid waxwork limb, one could deliver a very substantial blow.
How? How could you? The hand protruding from the bottom of your cape. It ought to be a right hand, but closer inspection reveals that in fact it's a left hand.
And somewhat masculine as well. In other words, it does not belong to you, madam. It is the hand of a waxwork model.
Yeah! There we go. Had to get rid of that one. Oh dear, that's an arm. Some of the visitors to my museum can be troublesome. They meddle with the exhibits and cause damage. So you mean that arm? Yes, this gentleman saw fit to try to remove it as a souvenir.
No small keepsake.
Like taking a whole branch of a cherry tree when you go to view the blossoms. I am afraid I had to teach the man a lesson. You confronted the man and tried to take the arm back.
And the result of the scene we see before us. He was knocked unconscious. A point we may need to revisit later, but for the time being, we have our conclusion. Yes, the killer in this special exhibit has been kidnapped.
Thank you, Sholmes.
The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider the problem for a moment.
You cannot possibly.
What immediately strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing over there.
He's probably missing an arm.
Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only observe his neckerchief.
He's missing an arm. According to Mr. Sholmes, the yellow neckerchief is a sign to the other policemen that some crime is underway. A way of communicating with his colleagues without revealing his identity, yes. It's a secret that's closely guarded by Scotland Yard that Mr. Sholmes didn't hesitate to give away. Well, uncovering secrets is in any true detective's nature, of course. Right. Anyway, judging from Madame Tuspel's reaction to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, I think perhaps we might not have identified the man quite correctly. Turn, turn, turn. Thank you.
Rotate.
Chong, shoulder stub. I rotate. Okay,
We got it.
let's look at it. What the? The man has a stub sticking out of his shoulder where his arm should be. Ah, well that settles that then. Right, this isn't a real person at all. His entire arm's been ripped off from this shoulder down. His arm's been... Of course, that ties in with what we just found out. There we go. Present. Take that. Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we need only observe his shoulder stub. I do
No
too,
such
Pianui.
Yeah, the spell is just nice. No such boneless human walks this earth. Of that, I can assure you.
Boneless.
Boneless. We got these humans boneless.
Do you want your wax figure bone in or bone out?
In other words, the man standing here, the young Sergeant John Clay, is in fact defying all odds a waxwork model.
I seem to remember it was you who concluded he was a real person in the first place, Mr. Schultz. Well, ignore me. He has become quite a celebrity in London, being the winner of no less than 3 policing awards last year. I simply had to make a model of the man.
Naturally, what other explanation could there be?
And it was this detective's arm that was pulled off by the man on the floor of the special exhibit, wasn't it?
Next, we turn our attention to the old man sat before him with the particularly unsightly visage. Visage? Visagi? Visage?
I say
it's
visage? Yeah.
Yeah, visage is good. I've been watching closely and he hasn't moved a muscle. Almost, in fact, as if it were a waxwork.
Ah, but you.
Your reaction only confirms my suspicions, madam. I noticed it at once, of course. Observe! The telltale signs that instantly prove whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the obvious price tag.
A killer policeman called Ottermole, was it? Was he well known? It was all over the papers last year, but I can't say I know what he looks like. It's a very low price, though. Threepence isn't much money. Only enough for a few measly hours of gas and Mr. Garridub's delightful lodgings, in fact. So, this is the special killer taken from the special exhibit, is it? The waxwork that somebody stole from the museum and tried to ransom for £200. Is this crusty old killer policeman Ottermole? Really? Perhaps we should have a good look around again and see if another idea crops up. Let us take a look. So he's got a price tag, he's got a scarf. He's moving. Oh, look at this! The old man's tapping his foot like crazy. He seems to be fast asleep, though. Oh, that was Iris, sorry. He's not tapping his foot consciously, then. So you mean... It must be a Twitch! Oh, we're streaming on that. Never mind that. The point is, waxworks don't tap their feet. Or Twitch. And look at his arm, too. We've seen a scarf like that somewhere else around here, haven't we? I mean, should we look at the scarf? We can look at the scarf. I don't believe it. It's the secret sign that lets other detectives know some criminal activity is underway. Yes, it's a slightly strange choice of outfit if he was trying to go unnoticed. Ah, he must be a detective disguised as a policeman. Or a detective disguised as a waxwork model of a policeman. He doesn't look like he's clever enough to think of something like that, though. Perhaps you should try to be a little more polite about him, Iris. Alright, we present Le Twitch.
Take that!
Take that. He's twitching. Oh my gosh. The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the obvious twitch. A price tag is an effective yet low-cost disguise.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Even the most realistic waxworks do not exhibit a twitch. In other words, this splendid old man is in fact a genuine member of Scotland Yard.
Slight shift in your choice of adjectives, then. We are so done with him. It's fine.
And there you have it. Well, Madame Tuspels?
Well, what? It was me who contacted the police and demanded that someone come in the first place. He is clearly fatigued. He is sound asleep. But then, what's this tag about showing a price of 3 pence?
No doubt the price tag of the muffler, which the old Bobby purchased recently at a local market. And I presume you've observed the scarf tied around his arm? Does that not strike you, Mr. Naruto?
Yes, the secret sign used by detectives to show that some criminal activity is currently underway. Of course, because, as you know, there has been just such criminal activity happening here. As you deduced from the very beginning, Detective.
Well, it would seem that we finally arrive at the truth.
Oh, here we go!
All right, 3, 2, 1.
The waxwork of the especially ruthless killer from the special exhibit has been kidnapped! Yay.
Woo!
Whee!
And Scotland Yard are already investigating.
Is this dude about to wake up?
But the model's whereabouts remain a mystery. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle.
We did it! Yay!
That extra L in that statement, Lark, is making me think of the "well done" from Donkey Kong 64.
Maybe that was intentional.
Maybe.
Elementary. All sorts of people visit my museum here. Men and women, young and old. Sometimes...
That's my great deduction. Get wrecked, Lark.
Wow. In my chat. Sometimes they drop in for just a short time on their way back from the pub. I welcome them all. But if anyone tries to damage my exhibits, I do not take it lightly. Anyway, I love her. Your great deduction was even more enchanting than I had been led to believe.
It was a pleasure, my dear madam. I'm gratified that you enjoyed the spectacle. And as for your rough customer, I no doubt he'll regain consciousness shortly and return home. What concerns me more is the waxwork from the special display, if it was indeed genuinely abducted.
Yes, tragically it was.
Then I would ask you to recount to us the events surrounding the stolen waxwork.
Oh no.
In as much detail as possible, if you please.
Very well. But after I have told you what I know, I must insist that you return to your work. Yeah, you got a job to do, Sholmes.
The talents of a great detective could be put to better use, I feel. But, as you wish.
As she wish. Oh my god. Here we go. The stolen waxwork. Tell us more about the stolen waxwork, please. It was some days ago now when I came in here one morning. I immediately noticed that a waxwork was missing from the special exhibit here. Is it your most prominent? It is your most prominent display. So that's why the curtains were closed. And I found the ransom note in its place. The culprit must have broken in during the night and taken it then. So this waxwork that was stolen, it was a model of some horrible criminal, I suppose? Of a particularly horrible criminal, in fact. The killer who left a more profound scar on society than any other, I would say. The Professor.
Foreshadowing.
I see. Not a name I've
Okay,
heard
hold on,
of.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
What are we
I need
holding
to contest
on?
something. Okay. Do you remember case 5 of game 1?
I remember things about it.
Egbert Benedict comes in. He's like, dude, I got to redeem my article, yada, yada. And when the bank's like, okay, you need a password, etc. And he says, Professor.
Uh-huh.
I have made it a recurring joke ever since then to put the word foreshadowing after every use of the word professor in this game from that point to now. And we have finally reached the other end of it.
Aha. The Professor.
I just wanted to come clean about this scheme I've had in the making for the past several months.
Oh my gosh.
Wanted to talk about it.
Oh my gosh. Foreshadowing. Oh, there he is.
Foreshadowing.
We found him. He's
I will continue to do so. Just now that it's become relevant. But really, the foreshadowing is over. We're at the shadow.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, it seems the circle is complete.
See, that was good timing for Sholmes. Sorry? The Professor case happened at around the time I was born, didn't it?
Indeed it did, Iris. 10 years ago, a series of murders that rocked the capital.
10 years ago?
Yes, at exactly the time that Barak Van Zieks graduated from university, in fact.
Ah, it was related. What? Surely he's not saying. So the big event that changed Mr. Reaper's life.
As you've surmised, it was the Professor case.
Who was this professor then? Oh, sheet. Oh, sheet. It was a series of gruesome murders that had all of London gripped in terror a decade ago. After 5 victims were killed, the man was arrested and put to death.
And now he's immortalized here in wax for all Londoners to admire and enjoy. Though, of course, he happens to be absent at present on account of the abduction.
Thanks. But I don't understand. How is all this related to Lord Van Zieks?
You must first understand, my dear fellow, why it is that the Professor earned such infamy.
This is wild.
It was due to the victims he chose, some of Whitehall's finest.
What do you mean, Hurley?
Those murdered by the Professor were some of the highest members of the British aristocracy. Members of the nobility, even royalty. It sent shockwaves through the country's administration.
Members of the... Ah, wait, of course. What Professor Harebrained said. Lord Van Zieks is from a family with noble blood. Oh, gosh!
It was the 5th victim that led to the Professor's arrest. The last of the killer's prey was a young noble by the name of Clint Van Zieks.
Okay. No. I don't believe it. Van Zieks.
I'm sure you can piece together the rest for yourself. In the wake of his older brother's murder, the young Barak pursued a career as a prosecutor. And eventually became the Reaper we know today.
That's crazy. I had no idea Lord Van Zeeks had such a tragic past.
Well, I'm afraid that's all I can say on the matter. For the time being, at least. After all, I have work to do.
Here he goes.
As a waxwork exhibit.
There he goes. I am afraid I shall have to excuse myself as well. Oh yes, of course. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Oh, we got a loady screen. Is this me?
Wait, Wait, no, I think I figured this out.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Well, none of the predicted scenarios I've been analyzing involved you coming to visit me here.
Oh, damn! Oh! Holy shit. Sorry, guys. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. You take your moment.
Woo! Let's go.
All right. It's been too long. It really has. I'm delighted to see you, Barak. It's been 10 years, and here we are meeting in a prison of all places. Forgive myself for what happened to Mr. Asman. I just can't. I still can't believe it could happen. Tomorrow, the court will decide. Yes. I have a young Eastern man acting for my defense. He seems reliable enough, though. It was an accident, a terrible accident. He assures me he can prove it. I must warn you.
Why is he looking directly at the camera right now? This is fucking me up.
Oh, I know. I've heard already. You're going to be prosecuting, aren't you? Yes. Since I returned to England, I've heard a lot of stories. Barak, are you really... What? Never mind. I know that you have my best interest at heart. My friend is on trial. I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else.
Oh.
Of course. I fully understand. Thank you, Barak.
How crazy is this trial about to be?
Until tomorrow, then. I'll see you in court.
Good. Yeah, good googly mooglies. Good googly mooglies. Holy moly.
And here we are.
Good grief. Oh my gosh. Yes, we are saving our current progress. Indeed, we are. Yes, we are indeed saving. My mooglies are googlied too. We are googling the mooglies. Oh my god. That was great. That was a good end for the stream, actually. That was a good scene. Wow. Yeah. See, we're not so behind.
Yeah.
We're on pace. We're on pace. 2 a little bit shorter streams. They may be shorter going forward, but we'll see. I'm trying really hard to make them fine, but I slept for 5 hours last night, and that was bad. 5 hours of sleep is not enough for an idol. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty bad, but it's okay. I'll be okay. I gotta start getting more sleep, that's all. It was my own fault last night. I was listening to an audiobook and it was really good. So I kind of kept listening until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Oops. It was good. It was worth it. But okay, back to Van Zeeks. Hey, so Van Zeeks, huh? Like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love this. Love this.
Opinions on the painting?
Is that his brother?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. They look very similar, which is fine because they're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Crazy. I think this is gonna be a good trial. I hope he's kind of like different during this trial, kind of. I don't know how to explain what I want, but like I can't. I have high hopes for not hating him by the end of this trial. Okay, so this is kind of like the one story in OnStars where I came into it like absolutely hating a character and I came out of it being like, wow, he's top 10. So
From my experience,
like,
that is indeed the Van Zeeks experience.
yeah, apparently. So I guess I'm just gonna have to love a man after all. Oops.
Yep.
Oops. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that because it's just my own poor taste in men constantly, frequently, all of my life. Yeah, it's fine. That's why fictional men are the best kind of men. Because they can go through horrible character arcs and nothing happens to me. I love it. Oh, this is so good. That last scene was like, wow, that was good. That was real good.
Mm-mm.
I am shooketh. I am shooketh for shooketh. The idol is not so young, hundreds of years. Yeah, doing him a beauty sleep. It's true, Pianui. I think if Toletta would sleep on like in the like crook of my legs, that would fix me, but she won't because I'm too wiggly. Yeah. But that's my problem. I need to sleep. But I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to bed right after this. So, yeah.
Good.
I was reading an audio book, listening to an audiobook, and knitting yesterday is what I was doing. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that said, we had no music. I'm sorry. Anybody? You got anything exciting to? Okay, this is gonna make the loud noise, the typewriter noise,
Tickety bonk.
and then I will be able to exit to the menu.
Yeah.
Options. Back to title. We're not gonna say we just saved. I know. Like I'll rewatch all the Van Zeeks Revelations there. I'll watch them. That's cool. But yes, so that's it. You got anything exciting going on for the rest of the week, Exception?
Well, I've been barreling ahead with just stream after stream. I've been doing a lot of Minecraft. That's sort of the volume stream
I saw
now.
you were doing a lot of Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
been good.
We like Minecraft. Minecraft is fun.
Yeah. But technically speaking, as a consequence of the anniversary stream I did, I reached a particular milestone. And therefore, I have acquired an obligation to do so.
Oh.
And I pretty much have to do that by the end of the week. Otherwise, I'll ungain that qualification because it's based on the subscriber number on Twitch. And a month is about to be up from the anniversary stream. And then it'll go back down because I'm pretty sure that was a one-time thing.
That happens with big streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I reached a milestone properly, legally. I gotta go do that thing in that one series. So if you remember what that is, look forward to it.
Is that gonna be tomorrow or Friday?
It'll probably be one of those two.
Okay, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I got nothing for the rest of the week. I'm thinking. I need to do a couple of special streams soon. I want to do there's a series of games that I want to play that are just short little visual novels. And I want to do a rate your waifu and husbando stream because I want everyone to know that I have terrible taste. So I'm gonna have to arrange and organize that. But yeah, that's all I got coming up. Nothing abnormal yet. The week of the 14th might be weird, but I'll figure that out later. Like this weekend, probably. I gotta figure out what I'm doing that week. Cause guys, I'm going on vacation. Are you proud of me? I'm going on vacation. You want an audiobook with me reading it? Pianui. Oh my goodness, what book? Pick a book and I'll read a chapter.
I also read some of it.
Yeah, go for it. We can read an audiobook. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going on vacation, sort of. I'm going shopping is what I'm doing. I'm going fabric shopping, but I have to drive a long way to go fabric shopping now. So that's what I'm doing for my vacation. It's gonna be nice. Go see some friends. Play some claw machine games. Maybe I'll get a plushie. And then go buy fabric. Yeah. Yep. Don't know what I'm buying fabric for yet. That's what I gotta figure out between now and then, though. I gotta figure out, like, what's a priority, what's not a priority, what I can do without ordering things on AliExpress because the tariffs are horrible. Golly. There goes all my trim purchases for the rest of my life. But anyway. And I will try before Monday to figure out why I'm cross-eyed and fix it because I can't figure out why I'm cross-eyed. Like, I'm slightly cross-eyed. It's making me crazy to look at it. So, yes. Anyway. Alright. Well, if that's all you got, I guess it's time to do the raid thing.
Woo!
Woo! Thank you for being here, Pianui. And Lark, thank you too. And everybody else who's lurking or hanging out, thank you. And Exception, thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being on my shoulder. On my shoulder.
A good altitude. I can see farther.
Yeah. It's because I'm tall and
Yeah.
I can fly and stuff. Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the end screen and then I'll find somebody to raid. Hopefully somebody playing Ace Attorney, but not spoilers. I'm kind of scared to look now.
You want me to look?
Maybe. I might just pick somebody from my followers. No, Pianui, go Eep. Go Eep. I'm gonna go Eep too. Okay, we go! Goodbye, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Farewell.